Think about the last news article you read, maybe even just this morning. What if I told you that the author wasn't a person at all, but an algorithm? Yeah, there's a quiet revolution happening inside newsrooms all over the world, and it's all powered by artificial intelligence. So let's dive in and unpack the incredible rise of the robot reporter. It really sounds like a question from a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But this isn't science fiction. This is happening right now, today. The line between a human journalist and a really sophisticated piece of software is getting blurrier by the minute. And the answer to that question, more and more, it's a simple yes. So, what exactly is robot journalism? You'll hear it called a few things, like automated or algorithmic journalism. But at its core, it's pretty straightforward. It's all about using AI to take raw, structured data, things like financial reports, sports scores, weather data, and instantly turn it into a news story that you can actually read, all without a human ever touching it. And again, I really want to stress this is not some prediction about the future. It's already here. AI is a huge player in newsrooms across the globe, and it's doing a whole lot more than you might think. I mean, the job description for AI in a modern newsroom is surprisingly long. Of course, you've got the automated article writers, but we're also seeing things like AI news anchors, robotic cameramen cruising around studios, and incredibly powerful algorithms that help human reporters fact-check things at lightning speed. Heck, there are even chatbots delivering headlines right to your phone, and personalization engines that decide which stories you see first. It's everywhere. And this is a truly global phenomenon. Take Cairo 24 in Egypt. Back in 2020, they became pioneers in the Arab world by using AI to automatically write their economic news, pulling data straight from the Egyptian Stock Exchange and government reports. Now, if you want to understand the scale of this, get this. The Associated Press, one of the biggest news agencies on the planet, started using AI and managed to increase its output of corporate earnings reports 12-fold. 12 times! That's a level of productivity that's just, well, it's impossible for humans to match on their own. Okay, so we know the machines are here and they're writing our news. That brings up the million-dollar question. How do we, the readers, actually feel about it? Can you really trust a robot reporter? Well, researchers have put this to the test, and the results are pretty fascinating. In general, people find that human journalists are more creative, more engaging, and just easier to read. Their writing comes across as more expert. But on the other hand, while the AI articles can be a little dry, maybe even repetitive, people often see them as being more objective and fact-based. Let's look at some actual numbers from that Cairo 24 example. A study asked readers to rate the AI articles on credibility. On a 5-point scale, accuracy scored a 3.83, and objectivity was right behind it at 3.65. Those are pretty high scores, showing a real level of trust in what the AI was producing. And this really gets to the heart of it. What multiple studies have found is that for certain kinds of news, especially those really data-heavy reports on finance or sports, the AI is so good now that a lot of readers literally cannot tell the difference. They can't tell if a human or a machine wrote it. So it's pretty clear that this technology has some major advantages. Let's talk about the promise of AI news. This potential for reporting that's faster, broader, and maybe even deeper than before. You see, the biggest promise here isn't really about replacing journalists. It's about empowering them. Imagine a new kind of workflow. The AI handles all the routine number crunching stories. This frees up the human reporters to stop doing that repetitive work and lets them focus their energy on the big stuff, the deep investigative pieces, the creative stories that need that human touch. And for the news companies themselves, the benefits are huge. We're talking about incredible speed, covering niche topics they could never afford to before, like local sports or small company earnings. It's not just about saving money. It's about being able to analyze huge amounts of data to find hidden stories and even tailor the news just for you. But, like any powerful technology, AI in the newsroom is a double-edged sword. For all of that amazing promise, there are some pretty significant dangers we have to talk about. And these threats are very real. The same tech that can write a perfect financial report can be used to pump out convincing fake news at a massive scale. You've got the complicated problem of algorithmic bias, the very real fear of job losses, huge concerns over data privacy, and that critical question, who's accountable when the AI gets it wrong? This brings us to a really fundamental puzzle. An algorithm isn't just born objective. It learns from the data we feed it, and it follows the rules we program for it. And since humans are doing that programming and choosing that data, our own biases, our own blind spots can get baked right into the system without us even realizing it. So how can you possibly build a truly neutral reporter from biased human parts? So where does all this leave us? Well, the future of news probably looks less like a battle of man versus machine and a lot more like a partnership. The real trick is going to be figuring out how humans and AI can work together in the best way possible to get to the truth. And make no mistake, this technology is here to stay. The global AI market is projected to shoot past $400 billion by 2027. This isn't just some little trend in journalism. It's one of the biggest technological shifts of our lifetime, and its effect on how we get our news is only going to get bigger. At the end of the day, AI is a tool. A remarkably powerful one, yes, but still a tool. The real challenge isn't in the code or the algorithms. The challenge is in our hands, the journalists, the tech companies, and us, the audience, to create the rules and ethical lines that make sure this powerful tool is used for good. And that leaves us with one last very big question to chew on. In a world where more and more of our information is being created by an algorithm instead of a person, what does that mean for the future of truth itself?